everybody wants to know what I use and why I use it and where I get it from. Well, you guys asked a lot of questions, and you know I use B-Flex right now, and the place to get it from is here at the vinyl stand. So we're going to get into it right after the intro. I'm going to jump right into it. I'm here with Taylor, the owner of the vinyl stand. So let everybody out there know how they can find you and what the vinyl stand has to offer.
Guys, vinyl stand, we're located here in Evans, Georgia. It's just right outside of Augusta, Georgia. I offer products online and in-store. Orders over $100 get free shipping. Honestly, I got into this market from a colleague in college. He works for B-Flex, and I was trying to figure out how I could get into the industry and how I could assist him. So he said one of the best ways you can do is to spread the name. So I became a distributor here and opened up the vinyl stand in July of 2019. I didn't know much about the industry, but after doing a lot of product testing and research, I realized that this is the hottest product on the market. But yeah, so right now we're selling adhesive vinyl as well, Orful 651, along with all the B-Flex full product, which you can, again, get online as well.
All right, so you're not much different than everybody else out there. A lot of my audience doesn't really know much about vinyl, so you got into it from a whole different angle.
Right.
So, you knew someone who actually worked for B-Flex, and then you got into it. So since this time in the industry, what was one of the key lessons you learned from opening up your own shop?
It was definitely, you really have to know your market. You have to figure out who your clientele is going to be, how to reach out to them, what type of things are going to engage them the most. So that came with, B-Flex. They took me along a couple times to go to the trade shows just so I can learn more about the industry, get familiar with the product, so I could just help reach out to my market better. But yeah,
That's interesting because a lot of people just want to plug and play. They don't want to do that. You just want to open up an Instagram account, grab a little bit of stuff, and start. So you actually, you put the time in to see what the market was about. Now you have a degree in business.
That's correct.
Right? So from the people who don't have degrees in business, what advice would you give them that translated? Obviously, they can figure out the printing part.
Sure.
I'm helping them with that. But, I always like to understand the business side of things, the numbers and things like that. So what is one of the lessons that you might have learned in school, or just one of the things that you know from being in business and working with business that people should understand and know?
Everything, you have to think long-term when it comes to these type of things. You're going to have to put up a pretty initial big investment. But over time, that's going to you're going to get that return. It's not always going to be right away, but you'll get that return. And a lot of it ties back into marketing. So that's something that I struggled in the beginning to get the vinyl stand brand out there, because where I'm at, I'm actually the only person in the east side of Georgia that sells B-Flex. Very new brand here. So I really had to market it with the help of B-Flex. They helped me give me some different ideas and strategies to reach out to those consumers. So definitely, again, it ties back into knowing your market, knowing your numbers, knowing it's not always going to be one of those overnight type things. Make sure you do have the margins though, and you have to be competitive with your other competitors as far as
the
prices
and stuff
whatnot.
like that.
So, while maintaining, their thresholds of what you can't sell, because you can't undercut too much.
Right. So you said something interesting, which was that you got to look far in advance. So what does the future look like? You have a nice setup here. What does the future look like for the vinyl stand? What do you have working on coming for people?
So right now, we do have plans on expansion, opening some other stores locally here in the Augusta area and in Georgia in general. We've been here for about 6-7 months now. Something that we're wanting to start to include at the store services like cricket and silhouette classes. We're gonna be hosting wine and craft nights just to engage those customers, give them something else to look forward to, and just get people to learn about the product a little bit more. And these classes won't just be strictly on how to, use the product, just giving different uses of, and just putting heat transfer vinyl on t-shirts or making decals, just giving people different ideas, being creative with it. It's such a versatile product. So.
Yeah.
something that we're really looking forward to.
So you're gonna do like a crafting with a twist?
Yeah, a little bit.
Nah, I think that's a pretty dope idea to bring people in and you know, possibly make a crafter out of someone who you know, turned a date night and it's, oh, I really like this, and now they become a person who's been introduced, and then you can send them to me and I teach them how to get it done online, and they can come and take your course, and everything kind of like ties back into to what's going on. So lastly, like, what advice would you give someone starting a business in general? Like, what, you know, one of the things that you haven't mentioned, honestly, but what would you say is a key to open up a business?
I would definitely say get involved with the community whenever you do decide to get in the business. You know, it's definitely a family-oriented feel here at the vinyl stand. Got to know the customers a lot, but I do other things like it's not just to expand the brand, kind of like how you said before, introduce something new to other people. So, you know, going up to local events that I know you have, that's probably like been one of the best things, like showing people, hey, this is what I do, this is how you can do it too. And it's not that hard to do it. And so, yeah, just get involved in the community, put yourself out there.
Well, I appreciate you for being a resource to the t-shirt styling community. I'm sure some of them have already checked you out and they're pleased with, you know, how fast you get the product out and everything like that. So guys, make sure you go down in the description below, click the links for the vinyl stand. If you got any questions, put them down in the comments and I'll check them out. You go ahead and check Taylor and the vinyl stand out on Instagram. This has been your boy Stan Banks from T-Shirt Side Hustle. Peace.